Hey all, Sir Penguin here, and we are looking at a 2v2 team ranked match. This is going to be at the Conqueror 3 level, some of the top of the top. Folks you may recognize if you've watched team games in AoE before. And we are going to take a look at the new season's team games. We haven't casted a team game in a while, especially a top level one. So we're going to go in here, take a little look, see what's going on, and see some interesting civ picks here. I'm kind of excited to see how these civs work together in a 2v2 on this map. Now, we've seen a lot of Gorge in the past, in the Grand Gorge off and stuff like that, but today we are going to be seeing it a little bit more in terms of how it plays with a 2v2 instead of the large 4v4 matches. 2v2s tend to be a little more precise, more specific between what people are doing, and the teammates are really forced to work together in these. So we'll see what happens here. Now, starting out on the left side for Team 1, in the back, playing as Japan, it's going to be Nugify in purple. In front of Nugify in the yellow, playing as the Abbasid Dynasty, is Zooted. And on Team 2, on the other side, in the front, we've got the Knight Captain, we've got Jigglypuff, playing as Jeanne d'Arc in the green. And in the back for Team 2, playing in orange as the Malians, we have Baltoon, who's been playing some great Age of Empires lately. We've seen him in some fun, high-level stuff. So keep your eyes on Baltoon. Great player, fun times. And just looking at all these players out here, I'm really excited to see what happens here for these players. We've got some Jeanne action on this map, and I've seen some wacky, wonky Jeanne plays on this map, or it doesn't look like we're going to see that here. Just using Jeanne to build any essential buildings because it gives a lot of XP. I'm going to go ahead and go for that School of Cavalry. I am almost certain right here, or right now. Gone already with the interesting. So if you build the mining camp, the house, and the mill, you get some. Wait, why did it make the... Whose sound was that? Was that for Japan? Do you hear that? What? We don't have Ottomans, and that's the Jeanne level up sound. Am I crazy? Am I crazy, chat? Viewers, if I'm crazy, let me know. I don't know why the cool horn played when Jeanne just built 3 buildings. Huh. Okay. Anyways, looking here, we've got the military wing coming up for Zooted on Team 1. It's going to give you the 2 spears and the 2 archers. Going to be able to put some pressure on, but most importantly for Abbasid, it's going to be able to defend the first knight or 2 out of Jeanne. Meanwhile, unsurprisingly, the Cura Storehouse coming up for Nugify, going to be the best one, especially just sitting in the back here. We haven't seen a lot of great uses for the Coca Township, unfortunately, on non-hybrid maps. So, seeing as this isn't a hybrid map, we're going to be seeing that Cura Storehouse over and over again because those farms are just too worth it. And it's a lumber camp. You get everything you need when you hit feudal age. Easy peasy. Now, School of Cavalry coming up for Jigglypuff. Lots of gold, lots of food. Very Jeanne. Excuse me. And we've got the Mansakori up for Malians, which means, yeah, undoubtedly, we're going to be seeing Wheelbarrow now, but probably the Cow Boom being in the back just makes sense, especially at this level of play. Just going to see pretty quick Cow Boom out of Baltoon here, almost undeniably. Let's see where, not enough wood just yet, so that'll come up in a bit. Barracks coming up for Abbasid. That's smart. You want to get spears out to fight Jeanne. It's the only way to fight Jeanne early on. We're going to have a lot of infantry between the Abbasid and Japan. I assume that Nugify is going to go for that fast castle. Yeah, there's a tower coming up on the gold, actually. That's that signal. It's going to protect the gold for both Abbasid and Japan, though. So the value, 100 wood here coming in, would be really helpful for both players. Nice thing about 2v2s. And 2v2s on this map specifically, I mean, you've got one gold mine between two players. You really have to think about, I mean, there's levels to how you use this gold mine. There's a lot of gold in it, though, for the early game. Get some scouting here for Baltoon. See, follow this here, as we have Zooted trying to pick those off, but Scout's gonna be too fast. Now we have some Knights coming in. Let's see what happens here as Jigglypuff going in for the kill. No, not gonna be able to get anything here. And we've got some more cleanup trying to happen here. Zooted's early military wing, that military wing, already providing a lot of value for this team. No damage able to come in for that Knight. Second Knight, spears out though, and it's kind of too late to do a ton of damage here, especially with this easily protected base. So Nugify and Zooted doing a good job of holding Jigglypuff out. Wall coming up here on the right for Zooted, just gonna secure this this line basically. Knights have to take a lot of time to go all the way around instead of through. Jeanne coming in now, though, and we've got Knights and Jeanne. Jeanne will do well against archers and spears early before you get too big of a mass. So value for Jeanne pretty high here, but first, looking like she's going to go for the XP on the 4. Makes sense. Now back, Baltoon is indeed doing the cow boom. We're going to see that pay off, and here comes the fight. It's just going to be Jigglypuff versus Zooted for now, as the two back players going for greed, which makes the most sense in a 2v2 on this map. One player can kind of hold their own if needed, and we haven't scouted any all-ins. It's pretty obvious what Japan's doing. It's pretty obvious what Mali's doing. And you can, if you just scout it, you'll see, you know, there's not a lot of units coming out of there. Double barracks out now for Zooted, just going to keep popping out spearmen. Triple barracks, just spearmen. On the other side, only stables for Jigglypuff. So I like the barracksies. The barracksies. We've got the barracks coming up on the front. You got to protect this base pretty well. And Stone now coming out for Zooted. So army into a second TC later. I like that. Abbasid going to want a second TC no matter what, but look out! All right, the Knights coming in. Gonna take one villager here. No, not quite. That villager slips away. Not gonna want to bring that one out onto the stone unless we get a tower or something, or the spears to camp out on it. Now he's gonna go back out. Watch yourself. 1 HP on that villager. Comes the Knights again. Spears to counter. Nothing. Joan gonna try to get an area attack. Nice micro here by Zooted to keep those units alive, with Joan kind of trying to push in. That castle age now through for Nugify. It is indeed the floating gate into the stable, about what you'd expect. Mounted Samurai with the Yorishiro on the way out. And here's that fight continuing on the front side. Joan tearing up those spears as you'd expect. We just don't have enough spears. We have 3 production buildings, but not a lot of production coming out now. Kind of focusing on this micro, I think. Here comes the Mounted Samurai trying to pick off a Jeanne kill. Jigglypuff playing smart here, not wanting to engage with the Mounted Samurai until the charge can do that kind of damage. Jeanne quite low, the spears and Mounted Samurai pushing back, but they're going to call it quits at about the sacred site. I like that. Keep it safe. We've got a blacksmith out for Jigglypuff, going to do with arrow defense already and keep just pumping out those Knights, do as much damage as possible. A barracks out now for Baltoon, going to be Danso's. Danso's will be nice when those Mounted Samurai come in. And another pit mine coming out on the large gold in the top, in the right corner. I like this. Going to be able to kind of build up around it. Yeah, easy, easy, easy. I'm going to secure that. And I don't know if Team 1 has any knowledge of this. Oh, they know the gold's here. They definitely know the gold's here. Yeah, okay. Anyway, back at the base. It looks like Zooted got that stone, has gone for 2 TCs, and is now doing... Oh, we gotta love it. Everyone, you gotta love this. Double archery range, triple barracks for Abbasid. Just gonna make trash and hold on while those samurai help secure relics. We already have the first relic getting dropped off from the Shinto priest. Here comes a big fight, though. These samurai can squeeze this in. It's been scouted already. Jigglypuff, again, calling it quits there. Ooh, nice little area attack from Jeanne, but I don't think Jeanne has a ton of XP here. Now, just has the XP from the boars and a few little extra kills. I like how this Abbasid and Japan comp is coming out on this map. Whoever's in the front or the back can get good value by booming or going fast castle. And whoever's in the front with these two can hold pretty well. I mean, Japan, with some of those defenses early on, can really hold on. Here they come now. Fight on the front of Jigglypuff's base. We're on the right side of the map. Villager going down. Probably forgot about that one. Accidentally grabbed it to fight. There's a few Danzos here to try to help out with the mounted samurai. Gonna pick one off now. Jeanne picking up a little XP for that. Now this is not a fight Jigglypuff and Baltoon want to take, and clearly, yeah, they're pulling back. They'll fight under the defensive buildings, but they're not going to want to fight any farther than like this tree line. Watch. Gonna go for a chase though. And it works. Nice counter push. Knight going down as the spears engage. Danzo's trying to push back everything at once while we have all this going on. And the Abbasid Trash just doing what Abbasid Trash does best and standing in the way, but not getting a whole lot of value just now. And we love the Abbasid Trash. As an Abbasid player myself, we love the Abbasid Trash. They come now. Gonna brace for those knights, but doesn't get much damage. Oh, this is not looking good now. Jigglypuff pushing in. Jeanne getting a lot of XP. Baltoon with the Danzos, and there's just not enough for Jigglypuff and Baltoon here? No? Or not enough for... Oh my gosh, what a mess. A lot of losses coming down on the front side, and it looks like Jigglypuff and Baltoon with Jeanne are gonna have the upper hand, but these spears and archers gonna be just enough to hold most of this back for now, and it looks like Jigglypuff and Baltoon are gonna be able to hold that attack from Zooted and Nugify. So good defense, almost turned it into offense, but couldn't quite turn the corner. Now getting a Castle Age for Jigglypuff. Nice little timing at the 13-minute mark with the click up. Baltoon already castle, having gone for the Grand Fulani and only making units, only making Danzos and Musafati now. Nice Musafati transition, but I'm curious what the thought process is. Zooted's still not going up to the Castle Age, so we don't have Gulams or anything like that. I suppose Musafati should be effective against mounted samurai, but I'm not sure how useful they'll be against the Abbasid archers. They're fast, though. That is a good bonus for them. Look how fast. They've got that .13 infantry speed, sort of like marching drills for HRE, but now more raids coming out for Nugify, as Nugify is going to try to pick off some of those deer villagers. Not going to get too much value here, though. I'm going to have to pull away. Musafati, no. Gold getting annihilated on that pit mine now, as Jigglypuff just pumping out knights alongside that Castle Age. My guess is we're going to see Royal Bloodlines in any second now. Mounted Samurai putting pressure. You don't want to run into this, Mounted Samurai. He's going down to the throwing spears. Danzos take that down. Gonna take... Nope. Falls back. Nugify on top of the micro, as you'd expect. Jeanne chasing down those Mounted Samurai now. A little extra speed with the charge. Not going to be able to pick him up just yet. But the walls coming in now. Mounted Samurai is not going to be able to get out. There's a hole. There's a hole. Block the hole. Oh, and he doesn't see it. I could have sworn he could go through there. I guess he decides not to. Meanwhile, push coming up from Baltoon on the opposite side, but Baltoon's all alone here. Okay, there's a little bit of Jigglypuff's units. Malian's coming in now against the Abbasid. Castle Age out for Zooted, and that's going to be the Eco Wing. Make it a lot easier to farm boom or pull up any extra TCs if needed. Big fight coming now as Baltoon forces both players back with the support of a few of Jigglypuff's Knights and Jeanne's champions. This isn't going to be enough to do a ton of damage, though, I don't think. Although there's a lot of spears pushing back those Mounted Samurai. The Abbasid gonna have to get the arrow upgrade as soon as possible. Archer upgrade coming through. But this will be a hold for Zooted and Nugify. The biggest issue for Zooted and Nugify here, they've been off food. Zooted really needs to find a new food source, and that would explain that Eco Wing as well. Get Fertile Crescent and Agriculture for a really good farm boom on the back of this. Villagers going down now for Nugify as well. There's just Jigglypuff's raids coming in with Jeanne now. Oh, gets 2 Mounted Samurai with the area attack. XP coming in as well. Ringhold Towers, though, going to be a little too much, and Jeanne's going to be forced to fall back. Got those Abbasid archers taking a little peek, seeing if they can get in here. We got archers for Mali now, already with poison, so poison archers coming through. Poison archer Musafati going to be really good for fighting Mounted Samurai and Samurai on foot. Looks like Nugify waiting for a second. Yeah, there it is. Shinto Shrine to drop off another relic. 4 relics coming in now. Maybe even more. Is it 5? I don't see the last relic carrier here. I only see 5 on the map in a 2v2. Should be 6. Might be missing it. Alas. There's a big attack coming now. Mounted Samurai not enough here. Maybe the Abbasid archers? They don't have composite bows yet, though, so these are just normal-ass archers for now. Normal veteran archers, if you ask me. Composite bows, though, changes the story for Abbasid. Nice little raid coming in. That knight's gonna not gonna be able to do too much, but is going to idle the gold here while he gets picked at by the Ringhold Towers. Comes those poison archers again, picking off a few loose units. That's not good for Zooted as the queue is forward. Knight's forced to fall back. Villagers back on the gold, and this knight's gonna heal up with chivalry. Those Ringhold Towers frustrating for raids, but holding well for Nugify. But again, Nugify doesn't have a lot of map control because a lot of this Mounted Samurai mass has had to be focused on the front and not able to secure the edges. So, oh, and here comes the Musafati. Musafati gonna be a nasty little raiding unit here. So that's where that extra Shinto priest was. Gonna idle out that gold once again, and Nugify is only getting gold now from the relics. 5 relics, though, are coming in most likely if we get that extra. Nugify choosing finally to clean this up, clear out the villagers. He needs that gold, and he knows it. Nice, easy clear here. Lots of units going down. On the other side, though, Jeanne pushing onto Zooted's villagers. Gonna pick off some villagers with that area attack. The ruthless, bloodthirsty, unstoppable Jeanne d'Arc. When people think about Jeanne d'Arc historically, boy, do we talk about what a bloodthirsty monster she was. That's a joke. That's a joke for everyone. But I gotta love that hero work as Jigglypuff comes in with a push. from Baltoon. Got those poison arrows out. Knight's gonna try to pick off loose vills because, oh my gosh, not enough speed here for Team 1 as those Knights find a lot of villagers. Oh my gosh. Zooted in trouble now, is on 2 TCs, so probably looking at a little bit of a villager lead, but we don't really have too much to tell us one way or the other. As you saw on that score screen, if you were looking, Baltoon high on the score, but score isn't a great reflection of the best playing. That being said, 2,000 score is a lot of score. Do we have composite bows? Not yet. I even think we might have the resources. No, not enough gold. Team 1 really struggling with gold control as Team 2 holds them off of it. We've got golds close by, but they're just far enough that Zooted and Nugify can't justify going and securing them. Okay, Nugify secures that bottom left one once again. And we've got the Onimusha out now for Nugify as well. That's going to help with all those Knights, help out with the armored units. Not enough spears out now for Zooted as it's just archers against Knights. It's a lot of archers, so yeah, gonna pick off a few Knights here, and you don't want to hang out for too long against that many archers, but pretty rough there. Is looking a little scary for Zooted for a moment. And it's still not looking good. We got walls up for Baltoon on both sides of the map. And in the middle, a huge mass of archers. Another raid coming in onto the gold. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not good. Only 2 towers left over here for Nugify. And these bills going down. They gotta finish tower. Pop in. Pop into the tower. Oh. Could have been a lot worse. Still bad, but could have been a lot worse there. Villagers go on the run, but they're gonna get picked off by the Musafati. Nugify having no choice but to swing back and forth on the bottom of the map to help him and his teammate get some gold here. Zooted is still starved for gold as Baltoon and Jigglypuff, as you can see on the current resources tab in the left, just gonna be a lot higher up with that gold income. And here comes, okay, gonna clear it out with the Abyss Archers, but Baltoon goes in. The Imperial Age through for Baltoon. What did he go with? The Fort of the Huntress on that? Yeah, Fort of the Huntress on the Sacred Site. Another Sacred Site coming in for Baltoon now. Alright, Zooted and Nugify gonna clean that up. They really want this gold secure. Okay, Zooted going ahead and drop that mining camp now. And we got another mining camp getting secured on the bottom right. So, Team 1 looking to get some of that gold to try to stay in this game, but things aren't looking good with the gold count for Team 2. Who's able to just produce tons of Knights and tons of Archers and tons of a little bit of everything. Traders now popping across the map, doing what traders do best, and that's going to be trading. Oh, look at them go. Baltoon going to be making stacks on stacks with these toll booths coming across the map as well. This is the way Molly was like intended to be played. You never see this that much anymore, but the amount of gold that they want and are going to get from this, they're just going to be able to fund all of the units for both armies here with those markets. Elite Archer, Elite Musafati. Almost full upgrades as well. Big fight coming up. This is going to be key to hold Zooted's base. Try to keep villagers alive. Yeah, I don't like this fight for Baltoon and Jigglypuff. Even with the Imperial Age through, Jigglypuff decides, I'm not going to fight this. I'm just going to go kill stuff instead. Looking for that farm. There's Japanese farms. No, skips right on by it. Looking for gold instead. Gold gets found. But those towers are going to be a little too much for now for those Knights. Zooted now pushing back up across. Lots of things going on, bouncing around the map. Sorry for jumping, but we've got an exciting game on our hands. The Knights are looking for more gold bills, but Nugify looking to clean this up, and those Onimusha are going to do really good work against the veteran Royal Knights. Good micro out of Nugify here to control all those Onimusha. Uh-oh. A couple loose Knights. Tower, Springhill Towers should take care of those pretty quickly, yeah. This gold is safe. And Nugify gonna push Jigglypuff back to the map. Thing is, we've got this huge wall, right? Totally across the map, and Zooted and Nugify are exposed. There's no walls. There's a few little walls here and there. We got some towers. This is gonna slow down raids, but we should get a wall here. Can we finish this or something? That's a little exposed. Fight in the middle again. We've got those handgunners now, the Musafati gunners coming out. Now, I've seen a lot of Musafati gunners lately, and I've heard, like, mixed things about them. But lately, when I've seen them, they've been really effective. They do what they're meant to do, and that's the key. They're not bad, per se. In fact, I would say they are quite effective in mixed into this Molly comp, especially with a lot of archers. No armor really coming out for Nugify and Zooted though, so the gun's just doing their high damage, but not particularly. Wow. Wow. Gonna do more damage than I even anticipated, but we do have the Onimusha who do not take arrow damage well, or gun damage for that matter. Not a ton of health on the Onimusha. Even the veteran archer has more health than the Onimusha, so Onimusha here gonna struggle as those archers and guns come in. Gotta be careful here. These are not armored units. They don't take extra damage from the Onimusha. The Knights, the Samurai, are gonna take extra damage from those guns, and they're just gonna get picked off one or two at a time. So many archers out for Zooted. They push this back once more. And now we're kind of stuck in a little bit of a stalemate here, but Baltoon and Jigglypuff have both hit the Imperial Age. Baltoon having gone up with the... Not Baltoon. Jigglypuff having gone up with the... Red Palace, there it is. Up on the top left. Nothing crazy coming out with the Red Palace there. Wall comes down, Rams and Mangonels coming up. So Zooted and Nugify thinking, well, we can't really age up. Can we hit them before they get their tech? I think it's already a little too late for that. The opening salvo with the stealth Musafati gunners is kind of nuts. And, oh my gosh, Jigglypuff doesn't even care, just rides right past the army and takes out those Mangonels. Oh my goodness, we got a villager in Jigglypuff's army. Hero villager coming to lead the charge. As, oh my gosh, yeah, the Onimusha kind of have lost their value here. There's not a ton of Knights. Jeanne using her area ability on those weak, oh my god, taking so much health off them. And Nugify and Zooted are gonna have to call it there. GG, as Baltoon and Jigglypuff just use that tech, use that insane Molly Gold to just blast in the future. Lots of good control from Jigglypuff, the Knight Captain here, and that game is over. Zooted and Nugify have to call it quits, and now we do have to question the Abbasid Japan combo. Curious what that could lead toward in the future. Anyway, I'm Sir Penguin. I hope you had a good time. Leave like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and check out more videos here on the channel. We got a little bit of a backlog. You should check it out. Lots of fun videos. Things haven't changed all so much, so enjoy the new ones, the old ones, whatever you like, and say hi. I'll talk to you all later.